Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Zenith GATE Mechanical. So in the today's session, I will discuss the question which was asked in the GATE 2025 engineering science paper from the solid mechanics. The frame shown in the figure is loaded at S with a force of 2000 Newton. Neglect the weight of member. Okay, so you just neglect the weight of these member PQ, QT, QR as well as this RW. Which one of the following option for the magnitude of force in Tx, Ty and Wy is correct? Okay, so you have to calculate basically what will be the reaction at this hinge joint as well as this roller. Okay, so there are the four options given. So what you will do in these type of problem, first of all, you will draw the free body diagram. That means you will apply what are the different reaction which is acting at this point as well as at this roller support. And you know that at the hinge joint, there will be the two reactions. Let us suppose I'm assuming the reaction at here is Ty and this will be the Tx and here is nothing but the Wy. Okay. So I have represented all these reactions at this point, but please be careful whenever you are applying the reaction, these hedged portion should not be there. Okay. Because when you will remove the contact, then the reaction will come into the picture. Okay, so Tx and Ty is the reaction at this point and Wy is the reaction at the roller support. Now, what you will do? You will use the equilibrium equation. The equilibrium equation are summation of force in x direction 0. If you take the summation of force in x direction 0, only one force which is acting in the x direction, that means Tx value will be 0. Tx value will be 0. Now, if you see the option, so in all the option Tx is 0. Now, you will check for Ty as well as Wy. Now the next equilibrium equation is summation of force in y direction 0. Summation of force in y direction 0 means what are the forces acting in y direction? One is this Ty and another is Wy and the 2000 Newton is acting in downward. So can I write Ty plus Wy is equal to 2000? Let us suppose first equation. Now the another equilibrium equation is take the moment about any point will be 0. Okay, so I will consider this point, take the moment about this point. This distance is given, this force is given. Now you can easily calculate Wy. So if I will take the moment about T is equal to 0, so moment about T is equal to 0 means 2000 into 3.6 is equal to Wy into 4.8. From here you can easily calculate the Wy value, which is approximately 1500 Newton. 1500 Newton. 1500 Newton. Now, what will be the Ty from the first equation? Because Ty plus Wy is 2000. So 2000 minus 1500. So this value is 500 Newton. Now you can check all the options for the Tx, Wy and Ty. Which one is matching with this answer? So Ty value is 500 Newton. 500 Newton. So if you check Tx is equal to 0, Ty is 500 and Wy is 1500. That means the option D is the correct answer. Option D is the correct answer. So choice D is the correct answer for this question. Okay. An electric motor having a rotor which is spinning at 1500 RPM when its load and power are cut off. The rotor, which has a mass of 50 kg and the radius of gyration is given as 200 millimeter, then it brings down to rest because of this friction only. Due to the kinetic friction, a constant torque 10 Newton meter act on the rotor and it is bring down to the rest. The number of revolution executed by rotor before it coming to the rest. Okay, so you have to calculate how many number of revolution it will execute before coming to the rest position. So that net torque you already know. What is the net torque? The torque value is equal to I into alpha. Torque is nothing but I into alpha. So torque value which is given as 10 Newton meter You can check here. What is the moment of inertia? Let us suppose this is I, and alpha you have to calculate. So moment of inertia, you know, which is product of mass into radius of gyration square. So mass is given as 50 and the radius of gyration is 200 mm. So you have to convert in meter to 0.2 square. So the moment of inertia, once you will solve, then you will get this is 50 into 0.04. That means this value will be 2 kg meter square. So the alpha value from here you will get as 5 radian per second square. Okay, so you got the alpha value. But what we have to calculate? You have to calculate before coming to the rest how many number of revolution that rotor can execute. Now, you know the relation omega square is equal to, or omega square minus omega naught square is equal to 2 alpha into theta, where omega is the final angular velocity, this is the initial angular velocity, this is alpha is the angular acceleration, theta is nothing but the angular displacement. So before coming to the rest means the final angular velocity value will be 0. This value will be 0. So omega naught, initial angular velocity, initially it is rotating with certain this RPM. So you can easily calculate omega naught 2 pi 1500 divided by 60 square is equal to 2. Alpha is nothing but 5. And theta from here you can easily calculate. And if you see, this angular acceleration is nothing but a negative value because it is trying to reduce the angular velocity. That means it is a retardation case. So can I write this is nothing but a minus sign only, because alpha is trying to reduce the angular velocity because it is moving with certain angular velocity, which is nothing but this 1500 RPM. Okay, so this alpha is trying to reduce velocity. That's why it becomes 0. No? That means alpha is the angular acceleration, which is in the retardation case. Now this is the minus, so this minus minus will cancel out. So you will get the theta value from this one, 2467.4 radian. Okay, the angular displacement you have calculated as 2467.4, but you have to calculate how many number of revolution. But you know the relation between the number of revolution and the angular displacement. So theta value is equal to 2467.4 radian, which is equal to 2 pi into number of revolution. So from here you can easily calculate 2467.4 divided by 2 pi, which is nothing but 392.7. Okay, so 392.7 means what will be the correct answer? The correct answer will be 393. Why 393 is correct answer? If you read the question carefully, it is mentioned you have to round off to the nearest integer. So what is the integer? Because this will be more than 5, so 393 will be the answer. Okay, so for this question 393 is the correct answer. Thank you so much.